We've got breaking news out of college football. Tennessee is parting ways with quarterback Nico Iamaleava. That's the latest from our Matt Zenitz. Vols coach Josh Heupel told the team this morning. The storm, of course, has been brewing for at least the past week, with Iamaleava wanting to renegotiate his NIL deal with the Vols. That all came to a head on Friday with the quarterback missing team meetings and their spring practice. For Nico, he will apparently hit the transfer portal, which is set to open on Wednesday. And we have our national college football writer, Matt Zenitz, joining HQ right now. Matt, just bring us up to speed here. What happened and how did things go so wrong between these two?
First of all, this goes back to the winter. So these conversations had been taking place for more than just the last few days and going back to really December, but obviously came to a head during the course of the last few days. The weird part about all of this is that after news first started to circulate, now going back to Thursday, obviously Nico's camp was outspoken from a social media standpoint that this was a non-story, that everything was fine. And then to go along with that, Nico was actually at a quarterback team dinner. So Tennessee had position group team dinners Thursday night. Nico was there for that. It was at Joey Hazel, Tennessee's OC, quarterback coach's house, acting normal, smiling, taking pictures. And Tennessee, I think, was under the impression at that point that everything was going to work out and be fine. And then, lo and behold, within 10, 12 hours or whatever it was, Nico no-shows a pre-practice team meeting, was no-show for practice yesterday morning after that. It was MIA with Tennessee throughout the day yesterday, and it reached a point this morning that Josh Heupel told the staff, told the team that the team has made the decision, that he's made the decision to move on from Nico and go in a different direction at the quarterback position.
You know, it's so interesting. We talk about this new era of sports in the NIL era, and we've seen holdouts in the NFL before. That's pretty regular. But when it comes to the college game, this is kind of new territory here. Matt, do you think we'll see more of this in the future, or will this kind of serve as something of a lesson or a warning for other high-profile players who are trying to renegotiate deals in college?
First of all, it's not uncommon for players to be renegotiating deals, including right now. But without getting into specific players, can go through a list of guys that are having discussions and going through negotiations at this point, or have recently gotten things worked out with the school that they're at. This one is just uncommon in the sense that negotiations broke down, could not find a middle ground, and we see a star quarterback for one of the top teams in the country now moving on in mid-April, and a school like Tennessee now with a significant level of unknown at the quarterback position after entering the spring with what would seem to be one of the better quarterback situations, and at the very least the SEC.
Well, we know that he has submitted paperwork for the transfer portal. So what will the market look like for a player like him as he looks for his next journey in college football?
It's a great question. Hey, I've gotten mixed messages on that. So there have been a lot of schools, I'm sure you can imagine, that have been speculated about as possibilities among people in the football world. But in talking to different sources, I'm not convinced that some of these places that have been speculated about are just foregone conclusions by any means, not only as landing spots, but also just that they're going to pursue Nico. So, like, for example, hey, I've gotten mixed messages on USC. I've gotten mixed messages on UCLA. People have floated out Texas Tech as a school to watch and keep an eye on as a possibility, but have told that Texas Tech isn't planning on being involved. So a long-winded way of saying that it's still too early to tell what the most likely next step for Nico is as far as a landing spot.